Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about signs God is fighting for you. So if you ever wondering if God hear your prayers, if he's moving on your behalf, if you are thinking, God, are you fighting on my behalf? Are you dealing with my enemy? Look for these signs, okay? You want to look for these signs that will let you know God is fighting on your behalf because he loves you. He heard your prayer and he is moving. Okay. So the first sign that lets you know that God is fighting for you is people from your past will come back to apologize and admit that they were wrong about you. Okay. Now, these people, it can be your future spouse, it can be family and friends, it can be co-workers, like ex-co-workers, it can be people who probably came up against you in that last season, and now they're coming back because God has corrected them concerning you, and they now know you are a child of God, right? So whenever people from your past start coming back to apologize, and again, everyone apologize in their own way, okay? Some people would directly apologize, others would ask for a second chance, So just understand when people from your past come back to apologize and they admit that they were wrong, that's a sign that God has been fighting for you. Okay. The second sign that God is fighting for you is God make your enemies to be at peace with you. And again, the way how God make your enemies to be at peace with you, number one, God gives the enemy revelation of who you are, right? And then number two, because the enemy, when they come up against you, right, they testing your power, right? And so again, the power that they testing is really God's power, right? And so when the enemy get a taste of God's power, they get the revelation that this is a child of God. I just came up against, one of God's anointed one or one of God's children, and that would make the enemy bow. But another way how God would make your enemies to be at peace with you is when the enemy begin to go through their judgment. So when the enemy start going through their judgment, right, they get the revelation that this is happening to me because of what I did to X, Y, and Z, right? I'm going through this situation because of who I came up against, right? And as a result of this revelation, they stop attacking you. They stop coming for you. They stop, whatever it is that the enemy is doing to you, they will stop because they have gotten the revelation, this is a child of God. I was wrong. They might even get the revelation that the enemy has manipulated them to come up against you. Okay. But whatever the case may be, God will make your enemies to be at peace with you. That is a sign that God is fighting for you. Number three, God defeats the enemy. So meaning if your life if the enemy planted traps in the spirit realm where you're hit with stagnation, limitation, restriction, right? Then when God steps in and start fighting for you, because he's going to start giving you strategies, he's going to give you instruction. And as you obey those instruction, okay, the instruction are designed to break the limitation, to break you free from the stagnation, okay, to help you, to destroy all blockages, right? God, he's the best chess player, okay? He know exactly how to navigate you and move you around the enemy, right? So when God gives you strategy and instruction, you know, he's helping you to break the stagnation off of your life, the limitation, the oppression, right? And that's a clear sign that God is fighting for you, right? Because the enemy want to keep you bound. The enemy want to keep you as a slave, but God said, no, this my child. This my daughter, this my son. They belong to me. And so God will step in and he'll tell you, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to move here. I need you to, leave that person alone, right? He'll come in and he'll help you to break free. That's God fighting for you. All right. Number four, the fourth sign that God is fighting for you is when God restores your reputation, right? Now, I need you to understand something because if your reputation, if the enemy has tried to ruin your reputation, painted a bad picture of you to others, and let's say others have believed it, the way how God restores your reputation, this is a partnering. with God. Okay, so you got a part to play in this as well, right? So when God, again, when He give you instructions, when He tell you to do something, or when He tell you to be quiet, or when He tell you to, operate this way, you have to be obedient in doing what He say, because again, this is part of God restoring your reputation. So when He tell you don't clap back, be quiet, be quiet. Okay, when He tell you, just focus on your purpose and don't try to respond back to the naysayers. Just focus on your purpose, because God already know I'm going to allow my son or daughter fruit to do all the speaking for their reputation, right? So this is how God restores one's reputation. Okay, He's going to give you instruction to follow, and it's up to you to follow those instructions. And when you follow those instructions, right, this is how God is restoring your reputation and also exposing the ones who lied on you. Okay, so this going to take a partnership with the Lord. All right, and then number five, the fifth sign God is fighting for you. He makes things fair. He level the playing field. Okay, um and again, this will happen. This can happen during judgment season on your enemy, but it always start off where it looked like the enemy is winning, right? And you being defeated. It always start off that way until God turns them tables on the enemy, right? When God turns the table, He begins to elevate you, raise you up, right? He's leveling the playing field. He is making things fair, right? He is putting you in your rightful position, okay? And so these are all signs and indicator that God is fighting on your behalf, okay? It is God who turns the table on your enemy. It is God who is elevating you, right? It is God who's putting you in your seat that is rightfully yours, right? These are all signs that God is fighting for you. So be encouraged in knowing that God has not forgotten about you. He is with you. He hear your prayers and He is fighting on your behalf. Okay, so stay the course, stay encouraged, and continue to walk by faith and not by sight. All right. So with that, I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.